Oh, what's up, demons and demonettes and hyperlinkers? Tis I, Atraxi, a demon queen, and today we're gonna talk about some early mistakes that I made, specifically in regards to Arena. But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. Now, one of the biggest things that I just learned in Arena and just toying around and playing around with different comps is that necessarily what's good now isn't going to be good later game, and vice versa, right? So I was trying to run more of the teams based around what I saw in CBT. That's the closed beta test tournament here and now, and they just weren't working. So the biggest thing I had to do was I had to adapt my team. So we're going to talk about our, let's see, we can go in here, we can look at our battle report. So as you can see, yesterday I did fairly bad. I was about 3-3, and today I only have one loss. And that comes from after making one simple change. And that's going from, rather than running, so like if I run my formation here, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to drop my Freya, and I'm going to put in a real Mocha. Now, the reason why I'm going to do this is because that I found that having more DPS and heavy hitting DPS early on is more of the route to go. So in my case, I have a real Mocha. I'm going to use her. She has a nice stun on her AoE ability, which is really nice. I got lucky. I got Messiah off the banner pretty early. I haven't had much luck with any of the other light and dark heroes. These guys here, I think it's like disorder and order or something like that. I haven't learned all of the terminology yet. I just know it's light dark, right? So we've got that. I pulled Tiamat off of my guaranteed banner, and then I got the pack that gives you 1 SSR, and I got Ling Lao. So that's how I have Ling Lao early. It's not like I pulled her early on purpose. It was purely a coincidence. So I have an early Ling Lao. So she's the best healer, the pure healer. She's the best in the game, so I'm just using her. Here, she's still really strong, or really good. So that's just one of the things that I wish I knew. Like, you could put in a Leanne early, she's really good. I've seen people running Gray. It's just that, right, we have Messiah, we have Tiamat, we have, like, a real Mocha. Yeah. So the other thing, too, is you want to build. Those are the heroes you kind of want to build a little bit more, I want to say, because you want to, like, try to get up as high as possible, I guess as early as possible in Arena. And if we go back to Arena and we go into, let's take a look at, because we want to take a look at the rewards, right? That's always the motivation. Why do we want to do this thing? What's good? That's just your rank up, like your different tiers. This is rank rewards. So this is what you get, like point wise, season wise, depending on what place you are in, and your place looks like it's solely determined by your overall score. So the goal was would obviously to be to get to mythic, just to get the most points or rewards possible, but that's like a season long thing. We don't know how long a season is going to last. All right, and then you have the ranking rewards. This is, again, this is seasonal. There is some daily rewards in here. I'm not sure where though. Maybe not. But this is nice. Obviously, the higher rank you can get these jelly fragments. Those are the fragments you need to unlock your skill levels, like level 2, 3. It's all going to be one yellow jelly on an SSR hero, and those are very rare and very difficult to get, right? So they're not very common. Even if you are pay to win, it's very difficult to get those jellies, right? So getting a high rank overall is going to be important. I don't know that we're necessarily going to be able to get to 1. It doesn't matter, it's the beta, we're just trying to learn. So early on, definitely want to go with more of your DPS type heroes. So what am I going to do here is we're going to go and we're going to take a look at the Animus. I'm just messing around because I want to see if it's possible or how quickly it is going to be possible to say get Tiamat to 6-star. Just testing some stuff out there. But for the most part, what you want to do is you want to focus, I think, on the heroes that are going to help you out in arena and PvP early. Because there's a lot of crossover there. Like one mistake I made here is I pushed Rahu. I broke my Rahu, right? So I pushed him from 4 stars to 5 stars, and it's a little bit difficult now. Like, I want to break my Romoka next, obviously. But then getting these is fairly difficult. Oh, we did manage to get 4. So getting these early on is a challenge. You kind of have to be picky and choosy with who you build early on. So we want to build dual purpose heroes, right? So it just takes these to get, but these are a little rare to get. These, you see, we have a ton of just sitting around. Purple's not too bad. I did use some to level up my Sonya. And then we have the red, which we need for the 6-star, and you need a 6 of those. Or 5, it's like 5 of them or something like that. Anyway, we don't have a lot of those yet. Those are also difficult to get. So we could do the star upgrade here. So doing that's going to upgrade their base stats some, and then you are going to need to re-level here, right? So then they go back to 1, and then but they get the increased stats, right? So starring up is definitely something you want to do. Let's talk about gear. I don't know about investing in gear too early on. Because like you see where we don't have a lot of great gear, and it does cost money here to level it up, right? I mean, you can see we're not like blowing through our capital real quick, but we definitely want to level up the modules that we're using for PvP. Same thing goes for shells. And just with here, these cap at, you know, your 15%. I don't know that I've necessarily got the best ones. I probably need to go farm out. I just haven't figured out the good balance of what to farm yet. We do need to farm to get our hyperlinker level up, to unlock more content, to unlock more story, and more challenges, right? So that we can get better gear, that sort of thing. So we're just trying to find the right balance there. For shells, you need to farm out multiple copies of the shell to level it up, right? So if we wanted to go to empower here, I need another copy of this shell. I do have one, so I can use that. The issue, though, is early on, we don't really have a lot of shells, so, leveling them up is rough. Now, I actually probably don't want to, use this one to break it, because that one's actually better. So what I'd probably be better off doing is going here, replacing it with this shell, because you see it has 3 Swift and 1 Wellspring. Empower this guy, right? And then we use see, it's so we would replace it, we would get the extra stat, then we could empower oh no, we would just use this one then to ascend it. I don't know if we get a refund. It looks like we did get a refund of resources, right? So now we have that leveled up, and then we could just level this up to like 20. Again, I don't know if this is the best move. And then you need obviously 2 copies, so you have to go farm more shells to level those up. But that should give us more stats again. Then you get more of this bonus. You always want to go with your better shells here. So don't use them to level up your previous shells, right? Because the more you get of this, right? Because you get a set bonus, right? And that plays into these set bonuses, right? So if we get 12 here, then we get more speed, right? If we have, like, Wellspring for her is kind of like a waste, I would say. I mean, it just adds HP. I mean, that's not horrible, but it's not, again, great. We could, like, if I had 2 Wellspring here, like, right, we could use this. But the issue here is, right, so we replace it, so then you're gonna upgrade it, right, is that we're only gonna have 3. I'm equipping this now, though, because, look, it has a plus 2%, the other one only had a plus 1%, obviously 2% is better than 1%, so that's pretty good. It has speed is also good, crit damage, fine, defense, whatever, it's not like game breaking, and as you can see, we're gonna cap out at 15 for the level here. Right, so then it's just gonna kind of change our stat weights. So I would need like I would need a 3 here, like a 3 onslaught if I wanted to keep the onslaught. Attack bonus, right? If we could get like a 4, I don't know if they go up to 4. But we really need like a 3 wellspring, or we need like 2 3, or yeah, like a 3 speed here, something like that. That would help us out. So this is another thing to consider. I'm just not sure what's the best balance between our levels and our prowess, right? So prowess is the different like skills. So you're gonna go in here, you have your skill trees, we'll say, right? So you get different bonuses based on the tree, right? So we get attack 25, attack 40, 5%, obviously big because that's going to scale. And then other attack things here, and then we need the jelly for the SSR heroes to level up their skills, which is going to increase that skill. Then we're going to get like more stat bonuses, then a skill increase, stat bonus, skill increase, stat bonus, skill increase, that type of thing, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 jellies for to max out 1 skill. Now each hero has 3 skills. So as you can see, we would need 12 jellies plus the resources just to max out a hero's prowess. And again, they're kind of rare early on. I don't know if that's going to change later on. Obviously, you can buy them on the shop on the weekly pack. They're $30 for 1. And then you're going to get some other skill training. I don't know if this value is worth it. But again, it's kind of a very rare resource. We talked about V-Star upgrade materials. You can get your 4 here for 20 bucks. And then that's not like horribly bad. And then if you need it, I was gonna buy this, but I just been getting them through the game right now, so I've just been kind of holding off. You do have like a limited one. These are weekly, so you could like build over time, right? So if you buy just this pack, you know, every 2 weeks you could get one for $5, as opposed to getting one right away for 4 times the cost, essentially. But then you get 1 red here, which again is rare, so we need to buy this just to get that red, that sort of thing. So those are some other things to consider that are going to affect your PvP. And then back to prowess, we can talk about the duplicate copies and what do they offer. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need up to 6 copies of a hero to unlock their full abilities. Here, we're going to get a 5% basic stat increase. Now for Tiamat, since I pulled Tiamat, one of the things that I wish I had known about, that I messed up early on, is if we go back to the shop here, is that you have this weekly pack here, right? So you get 5,000 Anima Crystal Point shops. So if we go here, I did it. I thought, oh, I'll buy a Rosa, right? Doesn't work like that. Essentially what happens is, I thought maybe if I bought the Rosa here, it would unlock Rosa, so it would be another way to get another SSR on my account. No. It only gives you the dupe copies. It doesn't unlock that Animus for you, right? So that's another thing to consider, right? So over like the 3 weeks, then we could have just bought a Lily copy. So that's something to consider there. But I would have gotten the Tiamat here just to have a second prowess level on her, so she would be like +1, we'll say it, like a +1. It doesn't really like give you a number or anything. It would just be basic stats of 1, right? So then next week, I could have gotten the 2, which would have increased her healing received. We could have got this. The stat bonuses are nice. I don't think there's anything really like game breaking in here, right? This is just going to make them slightly better. There is a 15% increase to the, or no, it's only a 10%. So like, I think 3 copies would be like really, really good. Then you can get your 10%, although this 5th one is also a really, really nice. Increase damage by an additional 10% and decrease damage taken by an additional 10%. So if we add that, that would really, really help us out. Now, if you are spending, obviously, you could buy crystals. If you're going like heavy spend, to get more crystals, to try to pull more copies, although you could build up Messiah, like similarly right here, right, because his prowess is the same, right? Attack, crit rate, base stats, crit damage, and then the 5th one, it looks like it's always, increase damage done and decrease damage taken. We can just kind of like test that out, yeah. So it looks like the same for everybody. Now, because I do get a free copy of Ling Lao, I'm going to get that automatically up her to like that +1 level. So that's just one of those things I wish I knew early on. So Tiamat's definitely someone you can build early on just through the shop. So you pull her through your guaranteed, or maybe you just get lucky and you pull her in general. And then you can, again, you can build those duplicate copies. But I don't think duplicate copies are the be-all to end-all. Oh, and if you go to the summon shop here, it is worth noting, right, look, so I bought the lattice from here because I think that's the best get. You do have a Leanne copies that you can save up for and build Leanne through here. She's probably a little bit easier to build, maybe a little bit more free-to-play friendly. But her raw damage kind of caps out eventually in Arena, so she may be good early on, but like if people don't build her and like, so I've gone against her a couple times in Arena now where she's hit like a truck, and then but like today I went against her and she did nothing, right? So it all just depends what people have invested in her. Anyway, those are some of the things that I wish I had known. Some mistakes that I made early that I think hurt me a day 1 of Arena that if I had avoided, you know, I could have been up way higher. Obviously, the other thing you want to do is you want to, if you really care about your Arena score early on, you want to make sure you're buying your tickets. It looks like you buy 10 extra tickets per day. The only thing is you have to find a balance between your Arena ticket spend, if you are buying those, and your stamina buying spend, because right now the easiest way to get more stamina, other than maybe like the extra ones here you get daily or from other things, is to get it from here, because again, we want to get our hyperlink level as high as possible, because if we go into challenges, that's going to open up, because we need to beat these bosses, and then we need to be a certain level so we can get higher shells. Even though those bosses are pretty difficult. But the other thing is it's going to allow us to open up these story zones, which are going to allow us to more efficiently, we'll say, farm XP, more efficiently farm the prowess material. This is the material that you need to upgrade your skills. So it's going to help us out in that area as well. The side challenge doesn't affect much. Team challenge isn't going to affect much when it comes to a PvP. Then the other thing, right, is your modules. Again, this doesn't unlock until level 30, and then you'll have all of them unlocked, and you'll be able to farm all of the types. It's just that you need to obviously get up to the highest level here to farm the higher level pieces of gear, right? So we need to get to Inferno. These do rev up fairly quickly in difficulty. As you can see, we had hard 3. I couldn't get past hard 3. I actually had to do the boss mechanics. So again, we have a lot of heroes we have to build early. So it may be better just to focus on more of that PvE side early on, build those heroes, and then see how you can utilize them in Arena. Like one hero that I built that I needed to beat Doki was Kraken. But the problem I have right now with like a Kraken, right, is we're gonna talk about like the debuff. Debuff rate isn't 100%, right? It's 40% for the freeze, right? So it's not 100% yet. We get it up to 60%. I'm gonna guess that we can get it up even higher through either like shells, or modules, that type of thing, right? Because there's extra effects on modules and yeah, effect attack, right? So my guess is, right, so this 12% adds in to this 40%, bringing us to 52. If we could get it balanced so that it's 100%, then that's really good, and he's going to be a really good PvP type hero. But until, like I said, until we can get to those points, they're not going to be very effective, right? So we want to just go with more of those pure damage dealers, guaranteed stun type heroes, so like Romoka, Ling Lao, Messiah, Tiamat, Yan has a ton of damage early on. Gray, I've seen people running him, he's not too bad. Again, we're just kind of limited by the roster. Dina would be an interesting one to run. She has a lot of she has some debuffs and whatnot. Just not using her. I didn't run her yet. I didn't check her debuff rate. Yeah, see, it's only a 50% chance for the 35% chance to inflict slumber. So she's actually worse CC wise right now than Kraken, right? So that's something to also consider, is that you don't have 100% debuff rate for the Animus. So again, pure damage looks like it's king. Again, that's going to change a later game once we do get access more to those higher level bosses that we get better equipment from and better shells from. So the PvE side is a bit more important than the PvP side. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!